Namaskar. I am Dr. Sapunti, brings you the viewpoint. Here is a comprehensive, up-to-date summary of the India-EU Free Trade Agreement, including benefits, size, participating countries, and expected impacts. The India-European Union Free Trade Agreement is a historic trade pact recently concluded between India and the European Union, the world's largest trade bloc that includes 27 countries. Negotiations took nearly 18 to 20 years, and the deal is expected to be formalized legally and implemented by 2027. Together, India and the EU account for roughly 21% of global GDP and 23 to 25% of the world's population. That is, 2 billion people and cover a market of about $27 trillion. Bilateral trade in goods and services is over $180 billion per year currently, making the EU India's largest trading partner in goods. Trade in goods alone was $136 billion in 2024-25. India exports $75.85 billion, imports $60.68 billion. The FTA reduces or eliminates tariffs on over 96 to 99% of traded products by value on both sides. EU will eliminate tariffs on 96.6% of its goods going into India, saving around $4 billion annually in duties. What is the benefits for India? Indian industries get easier access to EU markets as tariffs on duties on most products are reduced or removed. The key Indian exports that's gained includes textiles, garments, leather, footwear, pharmaceutical, chemicals, engineering goods, machinery, gems and jewelry, spices, marine products, etc. In services sectors like IT, business services, transport will benefit. Studies suggest bilateral trade could increase by 41 to 65% over time, boosting incomes on both sides. India secured predictable access to more service subsectors, 144 EU sectors versus EU's 102 in India, aiding IT and professional services. Easier custom procedures and regulatory cooperation are expected to reduce compliance costs and time of exports. In job and growth sectors, export growth may translate into more jobs, especially in labor-intensive sectors like textile and leather. Cheaper import of EU machinery technologies and components can lower production costs in India and deepen supply chain links. What is the benefit for the EU? EU companies gain better access to India's 145 plus billion consumers and fast-growing economy. EU exports, especially aircraft, machinery, medical services, chemicals, and automotive components, become more competitive in India. Indian tariffs on EU cars and parts are said to be phased down dramatically from 110% to as low as 10% under quotas over time. The deal supports 8 lakh EU jobs tied to trade with India and could double EU exports to India by 2032. What is the strategic and geopolitical importance? For India, the FTA helps diversify exports markets beyond China and US, important at a time of rising global trade tensions and higher tariffs elsewhere. The agreement strengthens regulatory cooperations, IP protection, and sustainable development commitments alongside tariff cuts. It includes cooperation in emerging areas like clean tech, semiconductors, AI, and services mobilities. So, who benefits in Indian industries like textiles, apparel, leather and footwear, pharmaceutical and chemicals, gems and jewelry, engineering and machinery, IT services, farms, etc. In EU industries, automobiles and auto parts, airspace and machinery, medical and precision equipment, agri-foods and beverages. In consumers like Indian consumers may see cheaper European goods like cars, wine, olive oil over time. Agreement concluded in 2026. Legal ratification by EU institutions and Indian parliaments expected later. implementation phases are likely to continue through 2027 and beyond as tariffs are gradually reduced. And that's all for now. Thank you.